This is because consumers are increasingly considering the environmental impacts of their purchases, and as a result, we're seeing more claims by marketers and more enforcement by the agency. So between enforcement actions and warning letters, the agency has brought more than 60 actions, yes, 60 actions concerning environmental marketing claims since it last revised its guides in 2012. So if you're considering greening your business, I'll be giving you a few tips to help avoid the pitfalls of environmental marketing. So first, let's start with a quick video.
Okay, so it's 3708, paper plastic.
Plastic. That's the magic word. Green police.
You picked the wrong day to mess with the ecosystem, plastic boy.
Battery! Let's go, take it out, run! Put the rind down. Sir, that's a composted virgin.
Uh-oh! Did you install these bulbs?
Tragedy strikes tonight where a man has just been arrested for possession of an incandescent light bulb.
What do you guys think about plastic bottles now?
The water setting is at 105.
You got a TBI here?
Clean diesel.
You're good to go, sir.
Good afternoon, officers. Are those foam cups you're drinking from? Yeah. Please step out of the car and put them on the hood.
Okay, so while there's no green police here today, there are plenty of federal and state regulators, self-regulators, competitors, and consumers who are interested in environmental marketing claims. So at the federal level, you have the FTC's Guides for the Use of Environmental Marketing. But other federal agencies like the Environmental Protection Agency and the Department of Energy are also interested in environmental marketing claims. So, for example, as many of you know, Volkswagen is under investigation concerning its clean diesel ad campaign, which was featured in the video you just saw. Last year, the FTC joined forces with the EPA and the DOE to investigate these claims. There are also state regulators who are interested in these claims. So some states have incorporated all or part of the FTC's green guides into their state law. California's law example closely parallels the FTC's green guides, and the California AG actively enforces in this area. Other states like Pennsylvania and New York and others have also incorporated the green guides either by reference or parts of the green guides. The National Advertising Division has also seen more than 30 cases in this area, and competitors can also bring actions under the Lanham Act in litigation, and then you have consumers who can also bring class actions concerning these claims. So the FTC's Guides for the Use of Environmental Marketing were last revised in October of 2012. They set forth the FTC's views about environmental marketing claims and are intended to help marketers avoid making environmental marketing claims that are unfair or deceptive under Section 5 of the FTC Act. So these guides are administrative interpretations of the law, and they don't have the actual force and effect of law, and are not independently enforceable. So the Commission can take action under the FTC Act if a marketer makes an environmental claim that's inconsistent with the guides, but the Commission must still prove that the challenged act is indeed unfair or deceptive. And the guides also, they don't preempt state law in this area, so you have, a number of different ways that environmental marketing claims are regulated. The scope of the green guides applies to all forms of environmental marketing, so either express claims, claims that are implied, marketing claims to consumers, and claims that are made to businesses in the B2B context. The guides cover claims made in labeling, advertising, and other promotional materials, and it covers all forms of media. So the green guides requires marketers to ensure that all reasonable interpretations of their claim are truthful, not misleading, and supported by a reasonable basis before the claim is made. In the context of environmental marketing claims, a reasonable basis often means competent and reliable scientific evidence, but the type or level of substantiation needed generally depends on the type of claim. So for example, general product claims require a reasonable basis to satisfy this standard. If you're making a health claim or a safety or efficacy claim, a higher standard is necessary because the consequences to consumers of making a false or misleading claim in this area could be more serious. So for health, safety, and efficacy claims, you must have competent and reliable scientific evidence. And the main considerations for this are the existence of adequate and well-controlled human clinical studies, direct relevance of the study to the health-related claim or the safety-related claim, and consistency with the totality of available evidence. So the Green Guides identifies a number of specific claims that are expressly covered by the guides. There are a number of claims that are not addressed by the Green Guides, but that you probably think of them as environmental marketing claims, and these include sustainability, organic, natural, bio-based, sometimes life cycle assessments to support these claims. And so we're not going to cover all of these claims today because that could take a long time, but we'll address some of the key guidance provided by the FTC about some of these environmental marketing claims. So let's start with general environmental benefit claims. The guides advise marketers not to make unqualified general environmental benefit claims, and says that these claims are difficult, if not impossible, to substantiate. Marketers may be able to qualify, let me back up. So claims like green, environmentally friendly, eco-friendly, these are considered unqualified general environmental benefit claims. So marketers may be able to qualify these types of claims to focus the consumers on a specific benefit that they actually can substantiate. So there's a difference between making a claim such as eco-friendly versus eco-friendly made with 85% recycled materials. In either case, you have to have substantiation, to back up your claims. But these types of claims can be qualified by using clear and prominent qualifying language, and to show that the claim refers to only a specific and limited environmental benefit. So for example, the eco-friendly made with 85% recycled materials would qualify the eco-friendly claim. Nonetheless, the FTC cautions that explanations of specific attributes, even when they're true and substantiated, will not adequately qualify a general environmental benefit claim if the advertisement or the context of the advertisement implies other types of deceptive claims. So let's take a look at a general environmental benefit claim that was challenged before the NAD. Claims by LEI Electronics for its eco-alkaline brand batteries were challenged by Energizer, maker of a competing battery. The advertiser's website, internet commercials, and product packaging included the tagline, "Eco-responsible batteries," as well as other unqualified claims that the batteries are green, environment and landfill conscious, that they're environmentally responsible, and eco-friendly. So after reviewing these claims in the context of the advertising as a whole, the NAD determined that the advertising reasonably conveyed an unqualified general environmental benefit message that was not supported by the evidence presented to the NAD. So the NAD determined that the unqualified claims could reasonably convey the message that the batteries had far-reaching environmental benefits, or that it had no negative environmental impact, which is consistent with what the FTC has said that these types of claims may confer. So in the absence of any evidence to support these broad takeaways, the NAD recommended that the advertiser discontinue this unqualified general environmental benefit claim. And so I'm highlighting this case because the NAD actually referred this matter to the FTC for further review, following the advertiser's assertion that it would not comply with certain of the NAD's recommendations, including those primarily related to, there were other claims made with these batteries that were carbon neutral and relating to the reliability of the company's life cycle assessment, but it's just illustrated to show you that, claims brought before the NAD can be referred to the FTC, even in the environmental marketing context. So let's compare this with campaign by Method. In 2010, Method ran a successful media campaign when it asked consumers to just say no to jugs, or to support a jug-free America. So this cheeky campaign was typical of Method's marketing methods and mocks mainstream cleaning products as feeding a household's jug habit. The campaign encouraged consumers to rethink their integrated habits, and while there are no express environmental claims here, Method's Just Say No to Jugs campaign has been seen as one of the top 10 environmental marketing campaigns, as Method presents itself as an environmentally conscious or environmentally responsible company in general. So when it comes to environmental marketing, it seems like there is a method to their madness. Sorry guys, I had to. Okay, so let's turn to sustainability. The FTC does not provide express guidance in the Green Guides concerning sustainability as an environmental marketing claim. The FTC's Statement of Basis and Purpose, which was released at the same time as its Green Guides in 2012, and explains, the reasons that the FTC provided guidance in certain areas. So their Statement of Basis and Purpose explains that marketers generally use sustainable claims in a number of ways. So depending on context, a sustainable claim may convey that a product has certain environmental attributes such that it can be produced indefinitely with no serious adverse environmental consequences, or other non-environmental attributes like durability or longevity, or may convey social and economic messages such as fair trade and community development. So nonetheless, the FTC advises that the Green Guide's general principles still apply to claims of sustainability, and marketers are responsible for substantiating consumers' reasonable interpretations of these claims. So as a general rule, I guess for sustainability claims, an advertiser should possess substantiation, or at least a reasonable basis for making a sustainability claim, and all reasonably implied claims that come from it. And the claim should be limited to a specific benefit that's actually supported by the evidence. The FTC has not taken any specific enforcement actions relating to sustainability claims, but it has the authority to do so under Section 5 of the FTC Act. But the NAD has reviewed a few cases about sustainability claims, and similar to the guidance provided by the FTC, the NAD generally requires the advertiser to possess substantiation for the claim, and requires the claim to be limited to a specific benefit supported by the evidence. So in this decision, various advertising claims made by Green Pan were challenged by a competitor, and included among those challenge claims were the advertiser's unqualified sustainability claim. If we do not show our children the road to sustainability, nothing will change. Do not expect that the generation will clean up our mess. We have to start ourselves right here, right now. So this claim often appeared superimposed over several images, which the NAD found to imply a general environmental benefit claim. So these images included a grazing cow, sniffing one of its pots, a woman holding a live chicken, vegetables being picked from the ground and being placed directly into the Green Pan pot. And after reviewing the FTC's Statement of Basis and Purpose, the NAD determined that the advertiser's unqualified sustainability claim conveyed a broader environmental benefit claim than was supported by the evidence. And so the NAD recommended that these claims be discontinued. So I'll quickly touch upon health and safety related claims. Free of claims, if you say a product package is free of a specific substance, it may be deceptive if the product or package actually contains or uses a substance that poses the same or similar environmental risk as the substance that is not present. It also may be deceptive if the substance is not typically associated with the product category. So for example, if you say, this apple does not contain cyanide, or, that would be deceptive, although it's a pretty egregious example. But even if a product or package contains a trace amount of a substance, a free of claim may be non-deceptive in certain circumstances. And the FTC lists a couple of different considerations. So if the level of specified substance is no more than which would be found as an acknowledged trace contaminant or background level, the substance presence does not cause material harm to consumers typically associated with that substance, and the substance has not been intentionally added to the product. If those three are present, then you can make a free of claim. Non-toxic claims, although similar, have different guidance by the FTC. A non-toxic claim likely conveys that a product, package, or service is non-toxic to both humans and the environment, and the environment includes domestic animals and livestock, such as pets, cats, dogs. Marketers must have, as I explained before, competent and reliable scientific evidence that the product is non-toxic to humans and the environment, or prominently qualify all of the express and implied claims to avoid any deception. Unlike free of claims, non-toxic claims, the FTC does not allow for any de minimis or trace toxicity when advertising a product as being non-toxic. Recyclability claims, it's deceptive to make an unqualified recyclability claim if appropriate recycling facilities are not available to a substantial majority of consumers or communities where the item is sold. And a substantial majority is defined by the FTC as 60%. For products that do not meet that 60% threshold, marketers can qualify their recyclability claims and the green guides provide a few safe harbors, but these aren't necessarily, I would say, they're not necessarily marketing friendly. So for instance, the green guides say that you could qualify the claim by saying this product may not be recyclable in your area. Recycling programs for this product may not exist in your area. Or where recycling is available to only a few consumers or a few communities, there has to be more emphasis on this limited availability. And so a safe harbor here would be something like, this product is recyclable only in the few communities that have appropriate recycling programs. So as you can see, these are considered safe harbors, which, there are other ways to qualify recyclability claims, but these are expressly stated in the green guides. Alternatively, the FTC says that marketers may qualify claims by stating the actual percentage of consumers or communities that have access to recycling programs, but that can be, for some packages or products, that can be difficult to calculate. The FTC has brought enforcement actions in this area. Most recently, there were 3 actions against marketers of plastic lumber products. These marketers advertise the products as recyclable and made of recycled content. So for example, they said they were made of recycled plastic, 100% recyclable, made entirely of recycled plastic lumber, made of 90% post-consumer recycled material. The FTC alleged here that the products actually contain less than 100% recycled plastics, and the products are not recyclable because local recycling centers where the products were sold did not accept the products due to their non-plastic content and their size and weight. So the settlement with the FTC prohibits the companies from misrepresenting the recyclability and recycled content of these products, but there were no civil penalties here. Let's turn to renewable energy claims. The guides provide that it is deceptive to misrepresent that a product or package is made with renewable energy or that a service uses renewable energy. Renewable energy claims must be qualified if power, which the FTC defines as electricity or other energy inputs, was derived from any fossil fuel used to manufacture any part of the advertised item or power any part of the advertised service. So if less than 100% of the significant manufacturing process involved in making the product or package is powered with renewable energy, or non-renewable energy matched with RECs, renewable energy certificates, that would be, you would have to qualify your claim. The guides, however, do not actually advise marketers to disclose when a REC is used, and these claims may be purchased on bundled or unbundled RECs. The risk of deception here can be minimized, for example, by specifying the source of the renewable energy, so for example wind or solar, but this is one way, but not the only way that marketers can qualify claims. So for instance, if marketers purchase renewable energy from an energy portfolio that has a mix of renewable sources, it can qualify the claim in one of two ways. So first, it can disclose all of the renewable energy sources, wind, solar, fossil fuels. Or second, it can state that it's made from a mix of renewable energy sources, which is probably pretty easier. And in that case, if it's made of a mix of renewable energy sources and that's what's used to qualify the claim, marketers must specify the renewable energy source that makes up the greatest percentage of that portfolio, which can be calculated on an annual basis. So let's look at the NAD decision in this area. So environmental marketing claims by S.C. Johnson for its Ziploc Evolve plastic bags that were made in print and television were identified by the NAD through its routine marketing program. The claims included the following. Introducing Ziploc Evolve, the new ultralight bag that's better for the environment, made with 25% less plastic, and made with wind energy. There was a small disclosure that appeared at the bottom of the print advertisement and the television commercial that read, made with a combination of renewable energy and energy from traditional sources. So in focusing on the renewable energy claim, the advertiser explained that as part of its initiative to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, it began using renewable wind energy in its manufacturing process to decrease the amount of energy from traditional energy sources. The advertiser demonstrated that wind energy that was supplied to the plant was expected to represent approximately 50% of the plant's annual energy conservation or consumption. The NAD determined that the advertiser did provide a reasonable basis for making the claims that the wind energy was the renewable source that was used to make the bags. But the concern for the NAD was whether the advertisement reasonably conveyed to consumers the message that the product is made entirely from wind energy. So here's what the NAD found. The communication of additional information was necessary to avoid consumers believing that the product is produced entirely with clean or renewable energy. The disclosure that appeared in print advertisements and in the television was not sufficiently clear nor conspicuous to appropriately qualify this made with wind energy claim. And the claim itself should be revised to provide clearer information to consumers. So NAD actually provided a recommendation here. They said that the claim made with wind energy should be modified to expressly communicate that the product is made partially from wind energy, or that it's manufactured using wind energy in combination with traditional energy sources. So the green guides don't expressly provide specific guidance on energy efficiency or energy savings claim, although they're kind of, sort of related to renewable energy claims. But there is one example under the FTC's, the General Environmental Benefits Claims section, which provides that A manufacturer's website states EcoSmart gas-powered lawnmower with improved fuel efficiency. So the manufacturer actually increased the fuel efficiency by 0.1%. And the FTC's green guides say that although the manufacturers claim that it has improved its fuel efficiency technically was true, it likely conveys the false impression that the manufacturer has significantly increased the mower's fuel efficiency. So like other claims, energy efficiency or energy savings claims must be supported by substantiation. So the FTC actually brought enforcement action in this area against 5 sellers of replacement windows, alleging that they were making unsupported claims about energy efficiency and cost saving of their windows. So for example, there were guaranteed to reduce your heating and cooling use by up to 49%, 47% energy savings, and 50% energy savings guaranteed. The settlement prohibits the companies from misrepresenting the energy efficiency or energy savings of their products unless they have competent and reliable scientific evidence. And the FTC press release actually stated that these cases were a part of a broad FTC effort to ensure that environmental marketing is truthful and based on solid scientific evidence. You can see the FTC also considered these environmental marketing claims even though they're not expressly covered by the guides. So it's one thing to be mindful of in the context of FTC orders generally, and specifically for environmental marketing claims, because these are a very hot issue, is that it's more than just an FTC order. So let's look, for example, at the FTC's February 2012 order for the replacement window manufacturers. So the FTC, as a top-level domain, receives on average more than 4 million visits per month. The FTC also posts settlements and news alerts on its social media pages, like Facebook, where it has more than 55,000 followers, and Twitter, where it has more than 39,000 followers. Relating to the February 2012 settlement announcement, if you search for window manufacturer or window marketers settle FTC charges, you'll note that there are 1.2 million results for these keywords. And similarly, if you search for the actual FTC press release, there are over 2,000 pages that actually link to this press release. So it is more than just an FTC order. So a couple of best practices to remember. Avoid broad, unqualified terms such as environmentally friendly or eco-friendly. Explain the claim to help inform consumers. Qualify environmental marketing claims where necessary with clear and conspicuous disclosures. And just remember that images can convey claims. So if you use green leaves or cows grazing or picking vegetables, those can convey environmental marketing claims in the context in which they're advertised. Use precise language here. Don't overstate your environmental marketing claims. And all express and implied claims must be substantiated. So with that, I haven't left much time for questions, but I will be available at the happy hour if you guys want to come chat with me. I just want to make sure to keep this on schedule. Thank you.